Well, remember he was tied to a company that was that sucked for 5 years straight.
Maybe longer. Well,
at least straight, and certainly more years unconsecutively.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I think that hurt him.
Management-wise, it sucked almost its entire run.
Yeah.
I mean, there were periods where there was some good wrestling. Actually, a lot of periods where there was good wrestling. But I don't know. I as someone again who watched him, I don't feel Hall of Fame from him. I mean, other than he was always pushed, and I mean, I can't say that he didn't deserve it, but at the same time, he didn't take the bull by the horns and run with it like other guys who, like an Eddie Guerrero, as just an example. When Eddie Guerrero did more with less opportunity with far less opportunity than Sting. I mean, Sting was handed a spot in the sense because he got over at the right time when the company was being sold, and they decided that he was going to be their franchise. But yet he never really, he had good matches with Ric Flair, and Vader and many people, but they never were that big, giant, special thing that we think of as a Hall of Fame guy.
Yeah, he may be a separate tier, just one step down.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of like my thought. Now, Jimmy Snuka was someone who, if you grow up in New York, I mean, that guy is such a big deal, yet, like, you and I, who grew up in other parts of the country, actually saw guys who flew. I don't want to say. I mean, I saw guys.
Well, but at the same time, before he went to New York, especially when he was in the Carolinas, because I got to see him live as a heel in Cincinnati when Crockett ran Cincinnati. We would go up to the Gardens.
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw him as a babyface at the Cow Palace with Buddy Rose and all that too.
So, as a performer, he wasn't just about the super splash off the top and bad WWF style matches. I mean, the way he moved like a cat to me, I mean, take promos completely out of it, never a good one, obviously. But no, he was a cat, and what a physical specimen. And as a heel, he appealed to me as the wild man, but as a babyface, he was one of the biggest drawn baby faces of the early 80s. I think he's got to be, and innovated a move, et cetera, et cetera. Was on top for a good period of time, should have been longer, but
he's another one like Kerry Von Erich, where he was his own worst enemy. In some ways.
I think that at least he actually accomplished a lot of what he was able to do, because remember his age at that point, he wasn't going to get any better.
Yeah.
So at least, unlike Kerry, he got a chance to do pretty well all that he was going to do at a top level, which was pretty strong.